The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
You're about to hear an episode of the Marriage Diaries, an exclusive series created by Em and her husband Scott for our premium service, Emsolation Extra. There's never been a better time to join our extra family. You can sign up for less than $2 a week on a yearly plan, and you'll get 2 bonus episodes a week delivered to you in an exclusive feed via your favourite podcast app, Instagram close friends access, 20% off our merch, pre-sale ticket access, and so much more. You can sign up now at emsolation.supercast.com.
Extra.
It's Emsolation Extra. Hello, Extra Pals. Yeah, we're back. Marriage Diaries, Volume 57. You asked for it. We're delivering it. My husband, Scotty Barrow, sits opposite me.
Hi there.
Hi there. What? How do you choose the tone of voice you're going to bust out? Don't roll your eyes 20 seconds in, motherfucker. Now listen.
I felt like I had to perform to say hello, so that's why it came out weird.
It was nice.
Oh, good.
I could see that you got up for it, but now he's relaxed back into Scott's not well. He went for 3 long rides.
Oh, my God.
You
I'm not
rode
not well.
Friday,
I'm
you rode Saturday, and you rode Sunday. We'll get to that. And you look at, you're 50, babes. You got to be careful with the Maserati, you know?
Maserati.
Hey, I've got before we get to everyone's amazing questions, I have a really serious thing I want to talk to you about. Can you please, what am I going to say?
Oh, no idea.
Look at me in my eyes.
Oh,
Can you please grow a mustache, leave it? Can you please give me an 80s Tom Selleck mo? I'm telling you, it will get the fires of lust burning. All I want is a mustache that gives me a rash. Don't hold your laughing. Why won't you give the people, and by people I mean me, what they want? What's your resistance? Tell me.
Don't feel the need to do that. Don't like that look.
But I like the look. And aren't you trying to attract me?
Yeah.
Aren't I the honey bee you want to come into your hive? And if that hive has a big dirty red mo, can you please do it? Please. It'll be so hot. Can you do it? The Emsolated Extra family want to know if you'll do it for me.
Yeah, I'll take it on board. I'll have a think about it.
Ah.
I'll consider it.
I'd grow one for you.
Conchita.
All right, shall we get to the questions? Are you all right? You feeling like, do you want a little sip of my coffee?
No, I'm all right.
You want anything?
No, thank you.
Okay, here we go. First question. We're really getting off to a hard question first. And Scott even said, do we want to do the first question? And I said, yes. From Jen. And it's funny because Scott and I had a come to Jesus conversation over the weekend. Let's be honest. It was a good one though. Rare. I think our first good one in 23 years. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, something like that.
It was good. But we discussed this. Jen, what do you think of your marriage as a model for your kids?
As a model, I was probably not a model I'd promote as a model.
I think it's shocking in some ways and excellent in others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
it's like as a model, it's like it's partial, it's incomplete, it's not well rounded.
no, and it certainly needs improving and it needs mending. As models get older, things break, and sometimes you can repair them and they're even stronger than when they were first built. But I would say our eldest daughter has had a terrible model, Marcella got the worst of our marriage, 100%, because we were so young and we were thrust into parenthood and serious relationship very early on. And we were trying to figure things out while we had a child. And I think she saw a lot of disharmony and upsetness and arguments. And Odie I think Elio's getting the best versions of us, definitely, and the best parent versions of us as well. The poor girls must watch us with him and be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I feel pretty good about the parenting part.
Oh, no, our parenting's been amazing.
With all of them.
Oh, no.
Of course it's better now because we're more
Older,
experienced and skilled
Yeah.
and all those things. But it was still very good with Marcella as a first child too.
Yeah, no, the parenting was good. But the parents' relationship was not good a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. I think the model our girls have taken in from us is, I'm going to be brutally honest, Mum does all the work and gets pissed off with Dad. Dad gets defensive. They break off after a big argument and then things are just kind of settled down in a day or two and they're back to doing their thing. I think that's the model they get. I don't think they see us work through things. But the other side of that is I think they see how much we love each other and they always see you there for me when I'm, say leaving breakfast radio or I've had something really awful happen in my life personally or that doesn't have to do with us. I think they see what that good support looks like. I think they see me go to you as well. Like they know that you're a safe space for me in that aspect. So as a model, I don't think any heteronormative relationship is a good model because of society's expectations of those roles. I genuinely think, if I think of a great model for our girls, I think of Adrian and Michael. That's who I think of. If I could give my girls a model of a relationship, I would give them Adrian and Michael because they're truly equals and they're truly in a team and they think about each other 100%, but they also let the other 100% go after their dreams and goals. And they also don't have children involved. And I think there was another question that came through that I didn't put on the list that I laughed. And the woman asked, what do you think your relationship would be like, when the kids all grown up and left? And I just laughed and thought, it'll be fucking great. We're fine when it's just me and you.
Yeah, and it's not that the kids are the problem. It's the lack of ability to cooperate and collaborate under demands of certain pressures or obligations or things that need to get done, or including looking after the kids. It's not the kids aren't the problem. The kids just, for example, the kids just bring to the surface our weak points.
The fragilities,
Our weak points, yeah.
What would you like to show our kids moving forward as a model? Like what would you like them to say, there was a real, 2023 I noticed this change between mum and dad's dynamics?
Not giving up, not going into protection mode when you feel hurt, You're working through things steadily, calmly, probably recognising that you're probably not going to solve it in one conversation, but, sort of just keep going back to the well. I don't know if that's a good expression, but keep going back.
Totally.
Persisting, but probably being persisting not in a Cold War, or not like sometimes, you said, but say like we might have a blow up, go quiet for a few days and then gradually connect back without actually speaking about it or reconciling anything.
Yeah.
So it's all those things. I think that would be, because then that is a model of showing what can be done when things are hard and not going well or when there's differences. Because the model, and like you said, they've seen that you doing the work and da-da-da-da-da and get upset and all that. But I want to just re-emphasise that is only one slice of everything that they see in us. And you mentioned a few other things as well. And you never know what people are taking in. But I think it's often you need to pump up the good things, but you do also need to feel confident that you've got a way of working through the challenges and all the other stuff too. So that would be a good model to show them. Well,
I think that it's really important to show them that good strong relationships do have disagreements. But good, strong relationships also have the troubleshooting techniques to get through them and not feel, start a resentment pile.
Yeah.
Because I think the feedback I get a lot, and even just chatting to people, even just like the lady who does my eyelashes, talking to her, she was talking about how her and her partner just sweep everything under the rug, and then they'll have one little disagreement and then the rug just all comes spilling out, and then all the ammunition is there because they haven't dealt with the other stuff.
We sort of got a version of that. It's
Yeah.
not our worst parts.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Not quite.
But
We do
not
do
quite.
that. We don't sweep under the rug.
sweep it.
I set the rug on fire. You run in the opposite direction.
And then we look and see, there's a rug here again. No, let's have a look at this rug.
We'll just dust it off and it's still fine. It's okay. It's still working. But I do think a lot of
Probably just bought a new rug.
I would buy a new rug. The dogs would just piss on it and we'd be there back at the start again. I think a lot of heteronormative relationships do have that situation where, and you and I have been talking a lot about this, men not being taught from a young age to be able to label and name their nuanced emotions. So then they'll either stonewall, just say nothing's wrong, or they'll get angry. And this is a real problem with our society, and it's something that needs to be addressed, is that little boys need to be encouraged to name and feel all their emotions and be okay with them and learn how to sit with them. And I think you get to relationships where the women feel like they're like tearing their hair out. Please, can you just listen, or what's wrong? Can we talk? And men just either they know that they feel angry or that they feel like numb. And the idea that they could be feeling sad or let down, it's never really explored. And I think that's why things get swept under the rug, because it's just too hard.
Ultimately can't really communicate.
Yeah. So I guess in terms of our model is ever evolving.
If that's like one sort of way of looking at the men, the things that the men don't do or haven't got access to, what's if you flip it to the women, what do you see as the women's thing that they might be missing, or in the same way that you're pointing to the men there?
I mean, I'll be honest with you.
That's not me being,
I know.
I'm just curious.
Well, I feel like I want to tell you to fuck off. That's how that made me feel right then in that moment.
I knew it would.
Yeah, like it really.
I know. I knew it would, but it's not coming from that place.
I know that, but I'm just being honest with you with the microphone in front of me in this safe space. When you said that, it made me feel like a dude would do in an argument, but what can you do differently? And as a woman, I often sometimes feel like I'm doing everything, mate, all the emotional labor for us. I'm planning the dates. I'm making sure, everything's in place with the kids so we can go do stuff. So I think if you asked a woman, she would feel very defensive, because I would argue that
what's the societal upbringing?
I feel like allowing men the space to be fragile. I think there's a lot of internalized misogyny. Maybe some women panic at the idea of their husband being emotionally, fragile, being vulnerable. I don't think straight men being vulnerable is something that we're comfortable with as a society. I think it's seen as a weakness, or, I still think, and then as women, we do have this internalized misogyny because we've all grown up in the same societal expectations. When our husband maybe does start to show a bit of vulnerability, maybe we panic. Maybe we don't allow the space for that to happen because it's all about our emotions and how we're feeling.
Yeah, like I was wondering if, as soon as you said panic, then one other emotion jumped up into my head. It's like, I wonder at times there might be a resentment too, because it's like,
100%.
All that. So we understand why. And there'll be other feelings as well. But
it's like,
curious.
How dare you? You're right. Resentment's right. If your husband
how
comes
dare
in,
you feel tired and vulnerable and weak? It's like, come on, man. The scars are like,
exactly.
I get it.
Yeah. It's exactly that. But to round out this question, Scotty B, as a good host, I will say that our model is evolving and we know it can be improved. And I want our kids, if they're asked about our marriage when we're long dead and gone, I want them to say they worked really hard at it and in the end they got it right. So that's what I hope.
That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty cool. This is from Kindred Spirits 4, not her real name.
Is it? Damn you.
Do you date each other? Nah.
No. No.
Why? Yeah.
We have.
Why don't
but
we?
it's not.
Why don't we?
We have never
Oh, I'm
put it
feeling
on
revved up here. I'm just going to have some green juice. Why don't we date each other?
Why don't we? Because we have never stuck it in the timetable first.
No, you're wrong. Why don't we date each other anymore? We did used to go on dates.
But it was never a regular thing. It wasn't as though
but
we had a
it did
date night
happen.
on a regular. It did.
But it doesn't happen at all now. Why? Come on, dig deep, you. Who organises the dates?
Okay.
Who gave up?
Yeah, I just couldn't do it anymore.
You little bitch.
Yeah, okay. Righto.
I
Yes.
stopped
Yes.
bothering because you have not once in 23 years, except
I've done
the
it
day
more.
you
I have
proposed.
once or twice.
No,
I have a few times.
absolutely not. You've done it once, and it was the day you proposed to me. I should have known something was up. When you organised a little picnic.
It was
at
early. You
Kings
didn't know
Park.
that. You didn't know the patterns.
You haven't. Don't sit there
I
and say
think I'm pretty sure I have.
Absolutely not, Scott Barrow. Be honest
No,
now.
I think I actually have.
If
a
you
couple.
okay,
couple of
arguably,
times.
if someone's sitting there saying, "I think I might have," there's the fucking
No, but
answer.
recall's never a strength of mine. Anyway.
Dude, if you'd done it enough, you'd remember it. How come you don't plan dates? When you plan rides meticulously? When you plan dinners with your bros?
No, I don't plan them. Someone else does.
Did they? Oh, you little shit. Can't even do that.
Yeah. No, I'm not proactive with things outside myself, in some ways. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That's the most profound thing you've ever said.
no. But,
Breaking news. Scott Barrow just became self-aware.
oh, fuck's sake.
Sorry, I'm just going to get Ben to isolate that audio. I'm not very good at planning things outside myself.
No, not proactive.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and it's not as though I don't. Yeah, I think about it. I struggle to move that into that action phase and just getting it done. To be honest,
But you don't struggle.
Even though I do want to, and I think about it a lot. And sometimes I struggle. Like we were discussing the other day about engaging with Marcella.
There's a question coming up about that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so do we? No, we don't. We have. Awesome.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
It doesn't take very long for us to enjoy each other. Like,
No.
even if we're not angry with each other, just sort of we're normal,
Yeah.
it doesn't take it for us to sort of start to feel connected and like,
Even
this
just
is really
the food
good.
shopping yesterday by ourselves.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. I like that.
Yeah, we like each other when we're away from the hard stuff.
So we're away from our actual lives.
Yeah. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. I'm going to add it into my
How
habits.
romantic.
I'm going to add it in.
I'm
I'm gonna add an entry into the spreadsheet.
You're going to enter me spreadsheet, are you?
Oh, fucking hell.
So romantic when your husband has to remind himself to schedule, to remind himself to put a date in. Can't wait.
I'm going to do it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, the answer is we did, I gave up, and now watch this space is what I'm being told. The next question is from Lee. What's happening with the car park situation? So what you don't know is, because Scott only listens to the episodes of Emsolation that he's on,
I can't keep up. There's so much content, good quality content. I can't consume it
Yet
all.
you managed to listen to 15 different cycling
No, I
podcasts
don't.
a week.
No, I don't.
Oh, the shit that comes on when I get in the car with
Oh,
you.
shit comes on. It gives me the shits.
Oh, you know,
I've got a
and
system that just keeps coming on.
his cadence up the hill was questionable. Oh, I was like, oh, Scott, is this how you get to sleep? Are these your sleep tapes? Anyway, I told everyone about the car park wars at our place.
What's that, in the driveway?
In the driveway,
yeah.
how I drive the big Jurassic Park four-wheel drive and you drive a little sporty Subaru, yet you, with willful belligerence, if you get home first, take the good car park, which has lots of spacious room you can get out. The bad car park, your door hits rocks and your door hits pots either sides. And Stands to reason the person with the Jurassic Park-sized four-wheel drive 7-seater would need the larger spot.
Yeah.
And this day particularly, you'd pissed me off. And I've said to you so many times, and it's a running joke with our daughters now, they have car park anxiety because of you. They're like, don't park your car in the good park.
I already know all this. Are you telling it for
Yeah,
other
I'm
people?
just recapping for those who may not be aware. And I told everyone that if you continue to disobey
would.
me, there would be consequences.
Continue to what? You?
Disobey me.
Disobey you?
On the car park situation. Challenge me.
So
why are you such a petty cunt?
no, I think that's a good for her.
Good for her.
She's done it. She's cracked herself. Still going.
Okay, go. Why? Ben and Zeke, when they listen back for the edit, Ben's going to lose his mind.
Good.
He's going to think that's so. Because every day when you do it, I come in here and they have to cop me. You fucking parked in the car park again. The boys are across it. Okay, go.
They
Why?
know their roles.
Excuse me.
So yeah, I've done it. It's never because I say to myself, I'm taking that spot instead of her. It's not that. But what I would say is, if someone did a statistical analysis out of all the times I haven't, I'm still like it's 97%.
This man.
That is the effing truth.
Effing. I just
That is
called
the
you a
truth.
cunt.
So
you
if
can say fucking.
So is it 100% that I've parked in the narrow spot, which is more suitable for your car? Is it 100%? No. So no, but is it 50-50? No.
Sorry, I think you have car park dysmorphia.
No,
I think
I
you're
don't.
remembering incorrectly.
Mate.
Mate.
All right.
Mate.
All right. We lived there. Let's do it, right? We lived there X amount of years. Say it's happened.
I would say once a week.
Say it's 1,000 times.
I would
right?
say
say there's been 1,000 days.
It should-
How many times?
How many times have I asked you to not do it?
I'm talking about a ratio.
How many times, what ratio, after I've asked you to stop doing it, would you say you'd done it again?
Yeah, sometimes you forget, or you,
Oh,
or I've got Elio.
Stop it!
Or you've got Elio in the back. It's a ratio thing.
Cry me a river, Justin.
It's
I
not 100%.
have asked you, looked you in the eye and specifically said, do not park in that spot. And then at 10 times out of 10 after I've done that, you'll do it. 10 times out of 10. It hasn't been a case where I've said to you, stop doing it, and you stop doing it.
10 times out of 10 after you've said
You
do it,
still do it. And then I've got to say, how many times do you reckon I've said to you, don't park in that spot? Be honest.
I don't think
How
you've
many-
got the stats here to back this
Excuse
up.
me.
I understand
How
you
many-
feel upset. There's
How-
no stats to back this up.
How many times have I asked you to not park in that fucking spot?
How many times? I'd say...
If you say anything under 50, I'm going to punch you in the dick.
No, I wasn't going to say 50. No way, not that many times. Anyway, it hasn't happened.
Anyway, people would argue that any more than 2 times is belligerent of
It's
you.
not belligerent. Sometimes there's a reason. Sometimes I think, well, I'll be able to move it before she gets home. It's not.
So you acknowledge that you know that you're parking in the spot.
No, sometimes it's got Elio and he's angry and upset and I know I can't get him out that narrow bit, for example.
Bullshit.
Okay.
So how many times has it happened in the current day?
I want to say a percent. Let's go a percentage.
I think you've been very
Out
good.
of all times
Since
parked.
my last meltdown.
Hang on, no. Out of all times, total times we've parked in that driveway, what percentage? Have I done it?
87.
No, it's much more than that. I'm saying 95 to 97.
Absolutely not. What I'm saying is since my last meltdown, since I talked about it on the podcast and really made a big deal of it, you haven't done it at all.
Okay.
And you know what? You got your car stolen, which was karma.
So we'll
all's
agree
well
to
that ends well.
disagree on the stats.
All right, gang. Well, you've got through another edition of the Marriage Diaries. And by that I mean Scotty and I got through another edition of the Marriage Diaries. I love your questions. Every time he and I sit opposite each other, I feel like we go a bit deeper and get a bit bolder and braver. And these are the best therapy we've ever done. So I do have to say thank you very much. Coming up next week, part 2, we sat and we chatted for about an hour and a half A lot of it was Scotty just adjusting himself in the seat. You know, we take out a lot of long, thoughtful pauses because my husband doesn't feel bothered by the fact we're recording this. No. My natural speed is 1.5. His is 0.5, if that makes sense. Anyway, look forward to next week's questions. Gee, they were just as good. It gets spicy. I know you're thinking, can it get spicier? My goodness, it can. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
Emsolation Extra.